Hi, Barb.
Hey friend, how are ya?
I'm well. How are you?
So good.
Good. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Katie. Hi, Barbara.
What do we got on the docket today, you guys? Wait, where'd Barb go? Did she disappear?
I don't know. I just saw her a second ago.
Yeah, she was just here. Maybe she didn't want to be, I think she was like the administrator or whatever the heck you call
Oh,
it. She left, so she didn't have to be. Do you know what today is, Heather?
let me see. Is it Deep Power? Because
Deep Power? Okay, let me.
last time Kim did Flow.
Yeah,
So
it's probably Deep Power. You're probably right.
Yep.
Yay, I like Deep Power.
Me too. It's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
There she is.
sorry. I left accidentally. I hit the wrong button.
Whoops.
Oh wait, Barb, she disappeared. What happened?
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's okay.
Okay. Shall we, I guess? Guess it's
Yes.
just us unless somebody
Hey,
else.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. So come to your mats, ladies. I'll mute everybody. And then if you want to leave your screen on, awesome. If you don't want to leave it on, that's fine too. So let's just start in a seated position. So find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. And maybe today, just for funsies, you want to try sitting in a different way than usual. Maybe kneeling, using a pillow or a blanket. Maybe you don't want to sit in a different way. That's fine too. Take a moment and just kind of get a little bit of physical feedback. So start to just move your body, stretch your body, even just rolling your shoulders around or rolling your head from side to side. And then eventually just find seated meditation, find stillness. Place your hands intentionally. And close your eyes, or if you prefer to keep your eyes open, soften your gaze. So purposely soften your gaze. And then just begin to slow down. So just slowing down everything, slowing down your breath, slowing down your thoughts. So you might notice your mind is racing. See if by breathing deeper, your thoughts might kind of slow down as well. So imagine your inner space and imagine everything flowing through your inner space, your thoughts, sensations, pulsations. Maybe you even just think of slowing down through your outer body so that you can notice those movements in your inner body. Notice those sensations. Notice your thoughts as they come and go. Notice your breath. And then just on your own, in your own time, I'm not going to cue you through it, but take 3 really big intentional inhales and open mouth exhales. And see if you can, even though I'm not cueing you through it, be patient with your breath. Not just try to get it over with, but really be present with your breath as it's happening. Notice whatever there is to notice, feel whatever there is to feel. And after, excuse me, after you've taken your 3 big spacious breaths, those open mouth exhales, start to drop into Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. It doesn't feel, or it doesn't, I should say, you don't hear your breath so much as it moves through your nostrils, but you do hear it as it flows through the back of your throat, that gentle constriction through the muscles in your throat. And then as you're ready, keep your Ujjayi Ujjayi breath there, and just come forward to hands and knees, tabletop. And start to move through cat-cows or hip circles or whatever you would like. So really just intuitive movement. Feeling into your body, feeling into the flexion and extension of your spine. Noticing shoulders, hands, fingers, wrists. So just a couple more rounds, exploring from this position. And then we'll all move into a thread the needle pose. So come back to neutral spine. Make sure your knees are at least hips width distance apart. An option if you want to extend your left leg straight out to the left, toes face forward. Right arm out to the right, all the way up. Open up, breathe in. And then exhale, thread your right arm underneath. Come down to rest gently on the outside of your shoulder and the outside of your head. And then really focus on breathing into your back body here. And each exhale, see if you can exhale all the way to emptiness. Take about 3 to 5 more rounds. Good, you guys. If you do happen to have your left hand lifted or your left knee, let's bring our left knee back down as well. On an inhale, unthread your right arm and reach it out and up. If you want, you can hold here for an extra breath. When you're ready, right hand comes down, and then just take it back to a downward facing dog for a moment. Pedal out your heels, shift your weight around, give your head a little shake, a little nod. If you want, you can even extend one leg up and then the other. Hey, Marlia and Noelle joined us. Guys. You don't have to respond, but I'm glad you guys are here. All right, so a couple more rounds in down dog, just stretching things out. And then eventually come back down to your knees, hands and knees, and we'll thread the needle on the other side. So option if you want to extend your right leg straight out to the right, toes face forward. And then left arm out to the left, all the way up, breathe in. As you exhale, thread your left arm through. So reach, 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 and then come down to rest. Outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. Anything you want to do with your right arm. So you might wrap your right arm behind your back. You might push your right fingertips into the ground. Focus on your big deep breaths. About 3 more. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. If you do have your right hand or your right knee lifted, set them both back down. And then on your next inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it out and up. You want to take an extra breath. And then left hand comes down, and once again, downward facing dog. Walk out your dog. Lots of length from fingertips all the way up to sit bones. Maybe work your legs straight, or maybe keep a big bend in your knees. So whatever feels better in your body today. Take one more big spacious inhalation and really push the ground away. Lift your hips high. As you exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. So once you're in your fold at the top of your mat, come into a halfway lift. Make sure your feet are at least hips width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider, all of your toes face forward. From halfway lift, right hand on a block or right fingertips to the ground, bend your right knee a lot. Get your left leg as straight as possible and then left arm to the sky. So stay rooted through the inner edge of your left foot. Pull your left hip back. Reach forward through the crown of your head. And then really work your twist every breath. Your right knee can be bent a lot. Left leg is working towards straight. If you want, you can wrap your left arm behind your back. Take one more round. Work your twist as you exhale. End of your exhale, let it go, and we'll switch sides. So left hand on a block or maybe left hand on the ground. I like to just lift up to my fingertips. Left knee bends, right leg works towards straight, right arm to the sky. Open through the right side of your heart. So see if you can pull your right shoulder blade towards your spine. So plug into your back body. Root down through the inner edge of right foot, draw your right hip back, breathe deeply, use your exhales to work your twist. One more round. End of your exhale, let it go. Halfway lift and just realign. Breathe in here. Exhale, bow and fold. Rise all the way to stand, arms to the sky, stretch tall. Hands to heart, exhale. Let's take a couple half suns. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow dive down into your forward fold, all the way to empty in your breath. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Press into your feet, lead with your heart, rise up. Arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that once more. Inhale, high mountain. Slow swan dive. All the way down and fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, let it go. From the press of your feet, lead with your heart. All the way back up, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, let's balance for a moment. So right foot roots down, left knee lifts, standing staff, and then extend your arms towards the sky. Start to open and close your left leg. So open it up, point your left knee to the left, and then bring it back to center. Try not to move through your right side or your right leg as much as possible. And then next time you open up your hip, we're going to move into tree pose. So you can use your hand to help your foot onto your inner thigh. Maybe you want to place your foot on your inner calf or inner ankle. And then press foot into leg, leg back into foot. Tone your belly, soften your face. Arms reach up, or if you want, you can explore with your arms. You can bring some movement into your arms. Slow, deep breaths. Keep pressing foot into leg, leg into foot, so you're hugging towards midline. Just a couple more rounds. Hold your tree. Then we're going to come back to standing staff. So if possible, stay balanced on your right foot. Release your foot from your leg and bring your knee back to center. Moving into a low lunge. See if you can touch fingers and toes at the exact same time. So like you're moving in slow motion. Fingers and toes touch down at the same time. Once you are in your low lunge, bring your back knee down, and we're going to take a half splits, half Hanumanasana. So back toes might tuck under, and you can bring your hips to your heel. Or sometimes I like to keep my hips up higher. Work your front leg towards straight. Flex your toes back. Press down through your heel. So the back of your heel is pushing down, and energetically try to pull your heel towards your body. So it's like you're really trying to stick your right butt cheek out behind you. Reach your heart forward and then fold. Flex your toes, especially your little baby pinky toes. See if you can get it to flex. Take about 3 more deep breaths. End of your next exhalation. Let's come forward to our low lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then pivot your back heel down. We're going to rise into a warrior 2. So back foot's parallel to the back edge of your mat. Rise when you are ready. Virabhadrasana 2. Your front knee, rather than letting it kind of collapse in towards your big toe, make sure it's tracking towards your pinky toe. So really wrap your right butt cheek underneath your body. Keep your hips, so hips stay open and pelvis as neutral as possible. So for some reason, our back hip wants to kind of shoot forward. Pull it back, plug the femur bone into the socket. Next time you breathe in, we'll reverse our warrior. Front palm rotates up, reach up and reach back. Keep the deep bend in your front knee and track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Breathe into your right side. If there's any variation you want to take here, go for it. Take about 2 or 3 more rounds. Strong through your legs, lots of space and length in your right side. Good job, you guys. Next time you inhale, come through your warrior 2, moving into side angle. So stay in your legs, reach forward, right arm towards the ground, left arm towards the sky. You could also bring right elbow to your thigh. You could also reach your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. So variations welcome. Keep your heart open, keep your hips open, keep your right butt cheek wrapping underneath you. Your back leg strong, back foot rooted. Couple more rounds in side angle. Nice job, you guys. From the press of your feet, next time you breathe in, come back up to your warrior 2. Straighten your front leg now. Parallel your feet so all of your toes face towards the long edge of your mat. Arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, slow dive down. Stick your butt out, reach your heart forward all the way down and fold. Anywhere you want to go here for about 5 breaths. So feel free to move around and explore, or find stillness, find slowness in your outer body. Feel into the movement inside. Good job, friends. Take one last deep breath. Finish where you're working if you're doing something. And then come to a halfway lift. Fingertips on the ground. Walk your hands forward to the top of your mat. So you're in a low lunge. From your low lunge, step your front foot back. You're in a plank pose. From your plank pose, side plank. Right hand is your base. You can absolutely bring your right knee or right forearm down if you feel like modifying today. Left arm up or left arm forward. Maybe left leg up. Lift your hips as high as you can. So find your own expression. Maybe you want to come into a tree pose with your left leg. Just throwing it out there. So you do you. Take about 2 more big spacious breaths. Strong through your body. So your body is using so much strength right now, but can you find a little bit of softness energetically? If you're not straining or forcing. And then your next exhale, plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top, push the ground away. Exhale, slowly lower. Grow into any back bend you want. Lift your heart. Stay as long as you like. And then just sit back into your child's pose for a few rounds. Or if you feel like a hero's pose, just kneeling position, go for it. So give your wrists a break and just slow down your breath if it's sped up. Invitation with your next inhale, hold at the top. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Ah. Downward facing dog. All right. Great big inhale, push the ground away, lift your hips so high. Exhale, look to the top of your mat, step to toe or hop, forward fold. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, let it go, fold. Root through your feet, lead with your heart, rise up. Arms reach up, stretch. Hands to heart, exhale. Oh, okay. Balancing on our left leg. So left foot roots down, lift your right knee. And then just start to open and close your knee a few times. Open, close, open, close. You can pick your arms up at any time or you can keep them at your heart. Try not to move your left leg, just your right leg. So just use that mobility in your hip. Feel your outer right butt cheek squeeze as you open. Next time you open, place your foot tree pose. You can use your hand to help. Hug in towards midline. So try not to lean into your outer left hip. Hug in towards midline. Foot presses into leg, leg into foot. If you fall out, cool. Come back in when you're ready. So be with your pose. Maybe you want to add some movement to your upper body or into your arms, your branches. Big balance challenge to close your eyes. Take about 2 more rounds, holding tree, breathing in tree. Soft face, soft forehead. See if possibly you can stay balanced on your left foot and release your foot. Bring your knee back to center. And then slow motion into our low lunge. So super slow, so your fingertips and toes might touch down at the exact same time. Once you're back in low lunge, moving into our half splits. So back knee comes down gently. Hips can come all the way to your back heel, or they can stay over your front knee. Flex your toes. Pull your left butt cheek way back as you reach your heart way forward. Let's say 3 more big deep breaths. Press down through the back of your heel and try to pull it towards your body. Reach your left butt cheek way back. All the way to empty with your exhales. And then let's start to make our way into our warrior 2. So take your time, no rush. Eventually just come back into a low lunge, lift your back knee, back heel will pivot down, and cartwheel your arms up, Virabhadrasana 2. Strong legs, front knee tracks towards your pinky toe. Shoulders stack over your hips, back foot is rooted. Nice and neutral through your pelvis. Next inhale, reverse your warrior. Front palm rotates up and reach back. Keep bending deeply into your front knee. Drag it toward your pinky toe. Breathe into your left side. Big, deep, spacious breaths into your left side. Last couple rounds. Any expression you want to move into, go for it. Stay right where you're at. Breathe. We'll move into side angle. So with your next inhale, through your warrior 2, stay in your legs, reach forward, and then tip it over. Left elbow to left thigh or left hand to a ground, the block or a block. Maybe right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. So variations, welcome. Half bind, full bind. About 3 more rounds inside angle. Hips are open, heart is open. Strong through your lower body, rooted through your feet. Inhale, rise up. So press into your feet, come back to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. Turn all of your toes towards the long edge of your mat. Arms reach up, inhale. And take it all the way down as you exhale. Anywhere you'd like to go, about 5 rounds. Big, spacious breaths. Okay, my friends, if you're working somewhere, start to wrap it up. One last round. Halfway lift, fingertips on the ground, inhale. And then crawl your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. So you're in a low lunge and then step your front foot back. You're in a plank. From plank, roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot. Side plank. Please feel free to bring left forearm down, left knee down if you want. Otherwise, lift your hips really high and focus on feeling the strength in your left side. Maybe your right leg floats up. Maybe you even take a tree version with your right leg. So you do you on this side, fullest expression, and about 2 more deep breaths. Soften through your outer shell, soften energetically, end of your nice exhale, plank or modify. Inhale, push the ground away, slowly lower as you exhale. Back bend of your choice, curl open. And then once again, either child's pose or hero's pose. Just sit back, let your wrists have a moment from a break. Reconnect to your slow, spacious breaths. Sigh out your mouth if you'd like. Downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, right leg to the sky. And then open up your right hip, bend your knee, reach it out and up. So peel it open. You are more than welcome to stay right here and hold here. Otherwise, one more inhale. As you exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Inhale, re-extend, option to open your hip. Exhale, right to right, aim for your armpit as high as you can get. Push the ground away, inhale, re-extend. Option to open your hip if you'd like. Everybody, exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly and step forward. Rise up this time to crescent. High lunge. Settle in. So strength through your legs, heart lifted, belly tone. Feel your slow, deep breaths. Take one more inhale, maybe reach a little higher. Exhale, bring your hands to your front thigh and lean forward. If you want, if it feels better, you can kind of scoot your back toes forward a bit. We're getting ready to move into warrior 3. So getting ready for a balance. Hug in with your inner thighs, root into your front foot, and then eventually back foot just floats up. Back leg strong. You want to hold in warrior 3? You're welcome to do so. Otherwise, left hand to the ground or a block. I'm bringing my left fingertips down. We're going to start to work a twist. So I like to stick my thumb in the crease of my right hip and literally push my right hip back. So if you want to do that, you can, and you should feel your upper body start to twist. Squeeze your inner thighs, work the twist from your core, from your center. Back leg strong. Open through the right side of your heart. Reach your right fingertips up. Breathe. You can bend your front knee if it helps. Let's stay rooted through the inner edge of your front foot, if at all possible. Last big deep breath. All right, listen. Low lunge, so unwind, step your left foot to the back of your yoga mat, and then bring your hands up over to the left long edge of your mat again, so you're in a wide-legged straddle. This time, halfway lift, hands to hips, and take it all the way up to a standing position. Pivot your heels in, toes out, bend your knees, hands to thighs, you're in a wide-legged squat position. You want your knees stacked over ankles. So if you need to adjust, adjust. And then sit nice and low, press into the outer edges of your feet and get your knees as wide as you can. Maybe little sways side to side. You can explore on your own if you'd rather. Otherwise, Inhale, stick your butt out, lift your heart like a standing cow. Knees wide. Exhale, twist towards the back of your yoga mat. Take a full round of breath and hold here. Knees wide, stay low. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist towards the front of your yoga mat. Stay low, deep breaths. Inhale back to center, speed it up a little bit. Exhale towards the back, all the way to empty. Through center. Exhale towards the front. Inhale back to center, straighten your legs. Parallel your feet. Arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, dive down. All the way to empty in your breath. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. Crawl your hands forward, rotate toes forward, low lunge. From low lunge, three-legged dog. Take your right leg back and up. Open your hip. So right knee bends. Stay here, or option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down behind you. Right arm reaches forward. Open through your front body and breathe down into your belly. Back muscles are strong. Take one last round. Regular down dog, everybody. Walk it out. And you can either, from your down dog, just set your knees down and rest in child's pose. Or if you want, you can come forward to a plank, move through a vinyasa, and then rest in child's pose. Or if you'd rather, hero's pose, seated meditation, kneeling position. Find your slow, steady breath. You want to open your mouth, take a couple big sighs, go for it, especially when you're at home. Take advantage of being by yourself, like make some noise, be obnoxious, take up space. All right, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Heel your left hip open, bend your knee, and then feel that opening. Stack your left hip on top of right. Maybe this feels so good and you'd like to stay here for a few more breaths. Otherwise, one more inhale. Exhale, left knee towards right elbow. Get as close as you can. Push the ground away as you come forward. Inhale, back up. Option to scorpion your leg. Open your hip. Exhale, left to left. Aim for your armpit super high on your left arm. Inhale, back up. Open your hip. And then everybody this time, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, step forward softly. Rise up to your crescent lunge. Some strong, powerful legs. Feel your inner thighs hugging in. Femur bones plugged into the hip sockets. We'll tone through your low belly, lifted through your heart. And then feel your breath flowing through your body. Maybe you even close your eyes, visualize your inner space. One more inhale, reach just a tiny bit higher. Exhale, hands to your front thigh, lean forward, prepare for your balance. So if it helps, you can scoot your back toes forward a little bit. Navel to spine, inner thighs hug in, lean forward, back foot floats up. Keep your back leg really strong and powerful. Option to stay in warrior 3 or move into a different variation of it. Otherwise, we're going for twisted or revolved half move. Right hand to a block or the ground. Like I said, I like to bring my left thumb into that little crease of my hip and literally push my left hip back. So feel your inner thighs squeeze, hips are square, and then work your twist using your core strength. Squeeze your inner thighs, back leg strong, back foot active, open through the left side of your heart. Feel your heart open, breathe down into your belly. Wherever you are at, your personal fullest expression, last round. End of your exhale, low lunge, so slow release, step your right toes back. Walk your hands once again all the way to the right long edge of your mat. Halfway lift, hands to hips. So feet are parallel, both legs are straight. And from the press of your feet all the way up to stand. One more time in our wide-legged squat. So toes pivot out, heels pivot in. Sit low. And then this time, anywhere you want to go. So you can either just hang out, kind of swaying side to side. You can twist like we did before. You could open and close your arms, kind of cat-cowing through your upper body. So lots of different ways to feel into this pose. Or just be still and breathe. See if you can feel that opening through your inner thighs, your groin. See if you can stay low. Keep your knees nice and wide. Root especially into the outer edges of your feet. About 2 or 3 more breaths here. Good job, my friends. All right, let's straighten our legs. Parallel our feet. But listen, this time hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. If you can reach your hands back, lift your heart up. One more inhale. And keep your clasp. Hinge at your hips all the way down. Wide-legged forward fold with fingers interlaced. If fingers interlaced doesn't work for you, totally fine. Do whatever you want to do. About 3 more deep breaths. So without your hands on the ground, you do have to engage your core. See if you can feel your core engage here. See if you can feel more opening through the fronts of your shoulders. Last big inhale. If you've got your clasp, bring your hands to your low back, then release. Halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat, back to a low lunge. And then from low lunge, back to a 3-legged dog. Open your hip one more time. Stay here if this feels good, or option to flip it. So left foot comes down, heart open. Hips, front of hips open. Breathe all the way down into your low belly. Last big breath. Regular down dog, walk it out. And once again, you choose. You can either just set your knees down, sit back into a child's pose, or move through a vinyasa to find your way to child's pose or hero's pose. Good job. Big deep breaths. All right, friends, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Pigeon pose, right shin forward, set your body down gently. Take your time to find what's called integrity in this pose. So right hip, it's the hard part. Integrity is the hard part. Part you can't even tell that you're doing. So same with life, right? Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. So you're hugging in, you're finding strength rather than just like blah. We don't want to plot. Hug in. Keep right hip pulling back. It's like there's a rope attached to your right butt cheek. Pulling back and up as your heart goes forward. So if you can get your right butt cheek to the ground, my invitation for you today is to not let your right butt cheek touch the ground, to lift it up and pull it back. Take about 5 more breaths in pigeon. Good job, you guys. Last couple rounds. Side out your mouth if you want to. And then ease your way up, and we're gonna come into a seat. So just nice and easy. Sit over onto your right butt cheek. Swing your left leg around, both legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake out. Take a couple windshield wipers, so feet wide, knees bent side to side. Couple times. And then we're gonna move into a seated twist. So go ahead and extend left leg forward and right foot on the ground, knee bent, and then cross your right foot outside of your left thigh. Get as tall as you can, and if it helps, sit up on a pillow or a blanket. Hook your knee in and sit up really tall. Flex through your left toes. Right arm reaches up. Breathe in here. As you exhale, twist to your right. Right hand comes down behind you. And you can do anything you want to with your left arm. So maybe left elbow to the outside of right knee. Maybe bind if it's in your practice. Maybe you stay right where you're at. Sit up super tall and broaden through your collarbones, through the fronts of your shoulders. Breathe down into your belly and your low back. If you want to challenge, see if you can reach your right arm straight back behind you. So we're trying not to put too much weight on our right hand behind us. So that's a good way to kind of test. Take your last couple of rounds. And then slowly, end of your next exhale, unwind your upper body. Just bring your hands over to your left side and take a little bow. Let your spine round, your right butt cheek can lift. And then ease your way back up. Uncross your legs. Now extend your right leg. Sole of left foot to right inner thigh like tree pose. We're going to take a side body stretch. So let your hips open. And then right hand might come to right thigh, shin, but open up through your heart. So you're not squaring your heart forward, you're letting it open. Left arm up, inhale, and then as you exhale, side body stretch, reach for your front toes. But your heart wants to look up, press foot into leg, leg back into foot. Keep your right toes flexed, facing straight up towards the sky. Imagine you're trying to press down through the back of your right thigh. At the same time, press down through the back of your right heel. Flex your toes, even little baby pinky toe. Take 2 more rounds. Next inhale, lift up, both arms up. Left hand comes down behind you. Stay here and just lift your heart or lift your hips. Big stretch, lots of length, lots of space. One more big breath. Come back down. However you want to get back to down dog. So it can be fun, it can be fancy, it can be whatever you want it to be. It does not have to be fancy at all. You can do something silly and laugh at yourself. I think it's good to laugh at ourselves sometimes. All right. Downward facing dog, ujjayi breath. Stay with it just a little bit longer. Inhale, left leg high. And then pigeon pose. Left shin forward, gently set your body down. Find the integrity. So left hip pulls back as your heart goes forward. So if you can't feel that, what sometimes helps me is if you put your hands on the ground in front of you, you literally push the ground forward and away from your body. So as you're doing that, your left hip will pull back, and you want to keep that as you're bowing. So you ideally don't want to have to push your hands into the ground to get your left hip to do that. But if it helps create that muscle memory, then you can do that for as long as you want until your hip starts to know how to do it itself. Big deep breaths. Let's say about 4 or 5 more. Sigh out your mouth. If you feel like there's too much, it's too intense. Give that intensity somewhere to go. Big sigh. Last couple rounds. End of your next exhale, start to lift your upper body, and we'll come once again into a seat, nice and easy. Legs out in front of you, nice little shake out. Then a couple windshield wipers. All right. Extend right leg forward, bend your left knee, left foot on the ground, and then left foot to the outside of right thigh. Flex your right toes. And press down through your heels, sit up nice and tall. If it helps, sit up on top of a pillow or blanket. Left arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Twist, twist, twist. Left hand comes down behind you. Again, any variation you want to take with your right arm, but try to keep the front of your heart, front of your shoulders broad and open. Use your big deep breaths. And if you want to kind of do that little test to see, am I depending on my left hand to hold me up? See if you can reach your left arm back. All the way to empty with your exhalations. Let's just take one last round. Use your exhale to twist, 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 and then unwind. Take that little counter twist, that little bow. So right hand, or excuse me, both hands off the right side of your mat. And let your spine round, let your left butt cheek lift if it wants to. Breathe into your low back. This is just supposed to feel good. And then lift up. Left leg straight now. Sole of right foot to left inner thigh like a tree pose, but allow your hips to be open rather than square and closed. So press foot into leg, leg into foot. Flex your left toes. Press down through your heel, back of left heel. Right arm to the sky, left hand can rest wherever. Inhale. And then exhale, slide your left arm down your leg, reach your right arm forward. Keep your heart open, so imagine your heart is trying to look up. Flex your left toes, press down through the back of your heel. Imagine you're trying to press down through the back of your thigh as well, so see if you can squeeze through your quad muscle. Breathe into your right side, lengthen with each inhale. Exhale, see if you can reach just a tiny bit further. Take about 3 more deep breaths. Good job, you guys. Next inhale, everything lifts, not everything, but your upper body, your arms reach up. Right hand behind you, set it down, spread your fingers out wide, left arm up. Maybe you stay here and just open through your heart, or push into your right hand, your left heel, lift your hips. Lots of length, lots of space. Breathe into it all. One last round. And then come back to a seat. Let's go all the way down onto our backs and take a full body stretch. So arms long, legs long. Pull yourself apart. Inhale. Exhale, knees towards your belly. Rock it outside to side. Set your feet on the ground with your knees bent. Bridge pose. So knees, or excuse me, heels and ankles straight down from knees. All 10 toes face directly forward, arms by your sides. Feet are hips width distance apart. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up, and as you breathe in, peel your spine up off your mat, one vertebra at a time. If you want, when you get to the top of your bridge, choose any variation you would like. So I'm interlacing my fingers. You take robot arms, if a full back bend, upward facing bows in your practice, you want to go there, go for it. Hug in with your inner thighs, press down through heels and inner edges of your feet, especially. Press down through the back of your head. Breathe down into your belly. Take about 4 or 5 rounds, holding your bridge. You can get down your own way, but just do it mindfully. Or if you want, you can come with me. So bridge posers. We're going to take our arms straight up towards the ceiling. So let your shoulders come out from underneath you. Arms reach up. Press down into your feet. One more inhale, lift your hips. Keep your arms reaching straight up. Slow, slow, slow. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Once you get down to neutral, take your feet out wider than your hips and maybe bring your feet a little further away from your upper body. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms and just windshield wiper side to side a few times. Slowly get more. If you go slow, you will get more out of it. You'll feel more. You'll be able to work it more. So yoga is one of the very few places that we do not have to rush. So give yourself that. After a few rounds, and if you want, you can hold on one side for a couple breaths or so. But after a few rounds, happy baby pose. And just whenever you're ready, happy baby pose. And you can kind of explore in your happy baby, maybe just rock side to side, maybe extend one or both legs. And from your happy baby, if there are any other poses, any last movements, stretches you want to take for yourself, go ahead and do so. So please don't feel rushed. But eventually to start to find your way into your Shavasana, your final relaxation. And as you slowly find your way there, I have a thought for you, and it's about shame. So some people don't relate a lot to shame. I don't necessarily feel like it's like this big part of my life, but I do know that most of the things we want to change about ourselves, most of the time, it's not so much out of a place of love, but it's more coming from a place of shame. So when we do something wrong and we feel so bad and ashamed and we're like, I'll never do that again. That's coming from a place of shame. So we need to get ourselves to that place that we're like, I love myself no matter what. I love myself if I lose 10 pounds or if I gain 10 pounds. I love myself if I do my meditation every day or if I fail to do my meditation sometimes. I love myself if I'm a late person, if I show up late, I still love myself. And then from that place of love, then we can create actual sustainable change. So I just found shame such an interesting thing, and a lot of it is so deep inside of us we don't even know it's there. So this is just a thought for you as you move into your Shavasana. And I honestly don't even know who said it. It says shame compounds all behaviors if you are going to quit anything, maybe you quit the behavior of berating yourself for not always knowing how to stay with the pain of being human. So if anything, give yourself compassion. Give yourself compassion, because sometimes life is a lot and sometimes we mess up. And we are human, and that's okay. Love yourself anyways, over and over again. So these last few moments, see if you can connect to that place deep inside of you that is just underneath all the layers, all the really just shit that life piles on. Underneath it all, it's just pure love, pure awareness, peace. Even for these last couple of moments, maybe just for a few seconds even, you connect with that. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And just slowly start to wiggle fingers, toes. And eventually roll to either side. Use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation. So right back where we began. And just close your eyes, gather your hands to your heart. And bow your head to your heart, just in acknowledgement. Thank yourself for taking time out of your day to slow down, to tune in, to reconnect. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste. All right, Barb Bean. I went 1 minute overtime and everyone is gone. Okay, love you.
Oh, love you too. It's just me.
Yeah, what the heck?
I
People,
love
people were
this.
here until
took-
almost the end.
I could go an hour and a half.
Me too.
I
Crazies. Whatever. They don't even know.
Thanks a lot.
Love ya. We'll see you next week. Bye.